So we currently have some major issues to Social Security under President-elect Donald Trump. Today, I want to explain what's going on, what some of these changes are, but how Democrats have positioned themselves in a way that we may not see anything happen. Today, I want to break down what's going on, how this is going to impact millions and millions of Americans, but also what changes are going into effect in 2025, no matter what. So I'll break all that down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So here's the big thing. President-elect Donald Trump said promises made are promises kept. But can he keep all of his promises? For instance, things like eliminating Social Security or taxes on Social Security benefits, eliminating taxes on tips, and also eliminating taxes on overtime income. Taxes on tips and taxes on overtime income will actually reduce the taxes that go into the Social Security fund, which means Social Security would become insolvent much sooner. But according to reports, experts believe that if President-elect Donald Trump gets everything that he promised, then we would see Social Security would thrive. The economy would thrive, and millions of people would benefit from these changes. However, I want to be very clear on this. In order to get everything that President-elect Donald Trump has promised, he would need ultimate power. Now, Republicans have the presidency with Donald Trump. They have the Senate, and they also have the House of Representatives. That's good. The problem is there's not enough of a margin in the House, and in the Senate, you at least need 60 votes to pass legislation. That's the sticking point. That's the key. And that's where experts say that the promises that Donald Trump has made might not actually equate to any changes. Okay, now I want to show you this. It says President-elect Trump promises tax-free Social Security. Is it wise? Here's the thing. 40% of people who get Social Security benefits must pay federal income taxes on their benefits. But that is on a federal level. I want to show you this one as well. Somebody sent me this saying that I don't have to pay any benefits or any taxes on my Social Security benefits because I live in one of these states. 41 states are now that do not tax Social Security benefits in 2025. That's really good, but look at this. It says in 2025, 41 states and Washington, D.C. will not tax Social Security benefits, while only 9 states will continue to do so. It says Missouri, Nebraska, and Kansas have recently joined the list of states that do not tax Social Security benefits. The 9 states that still tax Social Security benefits or will in 2025 are Colorado, Connecticut, Minnesota, Montana, New Mexico, Rhode Island, Utah, Vermont, and West Virginia. It says although West Virginia is phasing out these taxes starting in 2026. Okay. Why am I talking about this? This is from a state level. Okay? Because we have federal income taxes and we have state income taxes. Now in Washington State, I don't have state income taxes, so we don't pay that here, but we get charged other taxes. Now, for these other states that do tax Social Security benefits, this is on a state level. So even though the federal government might say, you know what, we're not going to tax Social Security benefits, the states still will. Okay? Keep that in mind. A lot of people are forgetting that, and that's where I think many people are getting frustrated that, okay, I got to pay on a federal level and on a state level. It's a problem. Now, here's where things get interesting. Okay? Look at this. It says Trump's proposal to cut tax on benefits for seniors will deplete the fund. I want to read this to you. It says one of Donald Trump's clearer policies is cutting Social Security tax for seniors. Under the current tax legislation, Social Security beneficiaries are taxed on a portion of their payments depending on their income. Okay. Now, we've known this. This is nothing new. But how do we get through this? How do we get over this? Well, look at this. It says the idea is alarming to many, as the fund is already predicted to become insolvent by 2034 if urgent measures are not taken to ensure that doesn't happen. Trump's plan to cut tax for seniors will mean the fund is depleted even quicker, with predictions saying the money will run out by 2030. This is a consequence that financial experts are slamming so vehemently. Now, here's what you need to understand. If we cut the tax on Social Security benefits, that means Social Security recipients will get more money per month. But in 2033, 2034, potentially 2030, that's when we'll see a massive cut of about 23% if Social Security does become insolvent. Now, here's where things get interesting, and this is why I'm telling you there's changes to Social Security coming under President-elect Donald Trump. Because according to reports, Republicans are saying that they are demanding review of all reports and all numbers. Okay, they want to see all the reports that Democrats have been getting and releasing over the past 3+ years. They feel Democrats have been adjusting the numbers to falsify the information to the American people. So Republicans want to ensure that it's correct. Now, this is where things get very interesting. President-elect Donald Trump wants to do things like add tariffs to any goods coming into the United States. Okay, 10% on certain goods, 60% for things coming in from China. That right there could bring a lot of revenue into the U.S. Okay, that's one thing that he wants to do. That's one change. That's something that he will likely do on day one of being in office. Another one, he wants to do something called mass deportations. Could potentially take 1 million+ people and deport them back to their home country to get them out of the United States. That means there'll be no shelter for 1.2 million people. That we don't have to, have a shelter for them that's paid by states and the federal government. There's not going to be food for those 1.2 million people. There won't be transportation or cell phones or health insurance, things like that. So they say right there, take 1.2 million people, send them back to their home countries. That would free up a lot of revenue. And if we have more revenue, then we could use that to potentially push into the right buckets like Social Security. Well, here's the other issue. If we send 1.2 million people that are considered illegal immigrants back to their home countries, do they go with their families? And is there a family member that's currently working here in the United States that is producing for the economy, that's paying into the Social Security tax fund, right? Paying into just the taxes in general, right? Are they doing that? If they are, that could potentially hurt us. But again, this is where Republicans say, we don't know exactly what these policies, these changes that we're planning to make, we don't know exactly what they're going to do because we don't have the correct numbers. That's the big issue, is Republicans are saying, give us the numbers, give us the reports, give us access to all the information so that we can figure out what is the best path forward. Okay, here's the next one. This is a significant change too. The taxable maximum. Okay, this is the maximum earnings, and so let's say you make $200,000, you will have to pay, or currently in 2024, you'd pay $168,600. Okay, that's the amount of money that you'd have to pay a Social Security tax on. Here's the problem. It's going to increase to $176,100 in 2025. Now, I say that's a problem. Why? Well, according to experts, they believe that the best thing to do is to raise that maximum, that Social Security tax maximum, up to about $300,000 to $400,000. But the problem is, under current President Biden, he said when he was first campaigning that nobody making less than $400,000 per year would pay a penny more in taxes. So his administration can't actually increase that without causing him to go back on his word and a promise. That's the part of the issue. Okay? I want to show you something else though. This is just the beginning of all these changes. There's a lot of changes coming. The Social Security tax maximum, okay, the amount that you would, well, you don't pay $176,000, but you pay a tax on that amount. You actually pay 12.4%. It's 6.2% comes from you, the employee. 6.2% comes from the employer, which equals 12.4%. That number is still staying the same. Now, here's another change, okay? Right now, one of the things that's happening, there's a Social Security bill that's coming out, okay? That could change in 2025. This bill, it's called the Social Security Fairness Act, okay? And I want to read a little bit of this to you, okay? Because this is going to impact about 2 million beneficiaries. Well, here's what it does. Just give you a quick little summary. It says right here, the Social Security Fairness Act would repeal provisions that reduce Social Security benefits for individuals who receive other benefits, such as a pension from a state or local government. So, police officers, people that work for the state or local government, in many cases aren't getting their full Social Security check because they're also getting a pension elsewhere. This would actually repeal that. Goes on to say, it eliminates the government pension offset, which can reduce Social Security benefits for spouses, widows, and widowers who also receive government pensions of their own. And it eliminates the windfall elimination provision, or the WEP, which in some instances reduces Social Security benefits for individuals who also receive a pension or disability benefit from an employer that did not withhold Social Security taxes. Okay, so that's a change. Well, if we are now giving more people more money, that's going to increase the likelihood that the Social Security trust fund becomes insolvent sooner. So again, we have to figure out a way to bring in more revenue. Do we increase Social Security taxes? Well, that's a no under President-elect Donald Trump. Do we increase the Social Security tax maximum? That's right now it's a no, but could we get that in conjunction with other taxes for businesses? Again, keep this in mind. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act has to be extended this next year. That's one of the first things that the Trump administration is going to fight for, is these taxes need to be extended. Well, if we extend these taxes for businesses and for wealthier individuals, also some lower income and middle income households as well, not as much, but it still does help. If we extend these, is there a path forward that we can get this, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, passed alongside a bill to increase the Social Security tax maximum? Right? These are the questions that lawmakers are asking even before the new Congress is in session. Now, I want to show you one last thing here, though. Look at this. Details about Social Security payments in 2025. I've been getting so many questions over the past couple weeks about this exact thing. I want to talk about it. Look at this. It says Social Security payments are issued according to the type of benefit and program conditions. Here's a breakdown of the most important details. So in 2025, big change here, payments are made on the first day of each month, regardless of the payment's birth date. Okay, that's important to note. Here's the other one. Okay, if it falls on a holiday, the first day of the month falls on a holiday, you'd get paid the day before the holiday. So let's say the first of the month is a Thursday, okay, and that's a holiday, you'd get paid on the Wednesday. But if it falls on a Saturday, you get paid on Friday. If it falls on a Sunday, you get paid on Friday. Okay? So if it falls, let's say, on a Monday, which is a holiday, right? You can't get paid on Sunday, can't get paid on Saturday, so you get paid on Friday. So you get paid about 3 days in advance. Okay? That's another change. Now, let me read the rest of this. It says, RSDI beneficiaries, this is retired workers, survivors, and disabled individuals, those who claim benefits before May 1997, payments are issued on the 3rd of each month. Those who claimed benefits after May 1997, payment schedules are based on the recipient's birth date. Second Wednesday for recipients born between the 1st and the 10th. Third Wednesday, recipients born between the 11th and the 20th. And the fourth Wednesday for those born between the 21st and 31st. Okay, so you see what it is. Right? These are just some of the changes that we should know and expect. Now, Here's the last thing I want to leave you with. Social Security is going to change under President-elect Donald Trump. I don't know if it's going to be much better. I don't know if it's going to be worse. We don't know this stuff yet. All we know right now is he has promised to eliminate Social Security tax benefits, or taxes on Social Security benefits. Okay, that's one of the things he's promised. Can he do it? I don't know. I honestly don't know, because that's going to come along with another provision. I don't know what it's going to come with, but there's no way Republicans and Democrats pass that one thing alone. It's going to be a bigger bill. It's going to be a huge bill, because passing anything that's going to change the trajectory of Social Security and the trust fund, it's going to be almost impossible, especially in the next 2 years. There's other things that the Republican Party wants to likely deal with. They're going to do that first. Okay? So, I just wanted to put this out there because I know a lot of people are asking, especially over the last video that I did, is this going to happen? Is that going to happen? What we know right now is there will be changes. There will be some massive changes. But it might not actually be to Social Security, but it would likely be to taxes or the economy, which would ultimately impact Social Security in the end. So, we'll see what happens moving forward, but that is what we know as of today. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.